I started lifting about 2 years ago. Ever since then, I've continually improved in the gym. I've gotten better, bigger, stronger, and I've really enjoyed my lifting journey. I started at about 110 pounds, and right now I'm hovering around 175. In this time, I've gotten significantly stronger in the gym. I look significantly better due to muscle mass and lowered body fat percentage. And just in general, the gym to me has been a fantastic journey to go on. I'll put up pictures on the screen of my before picture and my after picture of working out and kind of show you that I know what I'm talking about as far as lifting and when it comes to actually building muscle. Because especially in the fitness community, there's a lot of these little hacks you can do and these little things, but realistically, taking progesterone or something like this, it's not going to do almost anything for you. So I have made this video into everything you need to know getting into your lifting journey to actually build muscle mass, and I'm cutting out all of the extra stuff that realistically is not going to change that much, like different, like I said before, like these little supplements or things that are like might help a little bit but not really. So this video is the most important things that you have to know going into your lifting journey. So the first thing that I would say as far as lifting is you need to get started. It might seem obvious, but that first workout is the most important workout, to the point where right after this video, I want you to do a workout. Whether this is driving to a gym and getting a membership, or even just going on the floor right now and doing a couple of push-ups. Once you finish this video, I want you to get started right away. I don't want you to say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or maybe I'll start next week, or at the end of the month really is helpful for me, or oh, 2024 is gonna be my year. I'll really prep in between then and now, and I'll learn as much as I can. But like, for me, starting out, I knew really nothing about this, and I've just learned this as I've continued going. So you don't need to really worry about, and every single little thing about lifting. I need to make sure that everything is perfect. You're gonna gain muscle mass either way, and you better start now, because an extra month of just working is gonna get you further than a month of just learning about lifting as much as you can. This video is really all you need to know. So the first thing is you should be getting 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per pound body weight. There's kind of almost a meme that bodybuilders just absolutely love protein, but too much protein can actually be a bad thing. You don't want to overdo this because it can actually damage some things with liver and stuff. If you're eating like 3 or 4 or 5 grams of protein per pound body weight, that is way too much. Just really try to stick to that 1 to 1.5. There's some people like Jeff Nippard who actually are doing like 0.8. So it really varies, but really I would say just try to get 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per pound body weight. For example, if you're weighing 110 pounds, this means you should be eating 110 grams of protein per day. The second thing, you should track your lifts. This was a mistake that I made when I was starting, is I would just go in the gym and I would lift whatever felt good. But I would say the first workout you should do is you should make the first workout you should PR on the top 3 lifts, which is squat, bench, and deadlift. And then some of your other stuff, kind of see what you can do for maybe 10 reps, 8 reps, 12 reps, 15 reps, kind of get your idea of exactly how strong you are right now. And then maybe next workout, say for example, this workout you can bench 100 pounds for 10 reps. Next workout, maybe try to do 105 pounds for 10 reps. Or maybe you can up the reps and do 100 pounds for 12 reps. But just try to continually progress on lifts. This is known as progressive overload, and this is what continually gets you stronger and stronger and better and better. Another thing is you should train hard. When you're starting out in the gym, it doesn't matter as much because what's known as newbie gains. When you get in the gym, for the first 6 months, you're just gonna grow like crazy because your body is not super used to the training, so it just grows. But as you continue down this lifting path and you get into the first, second, continuous years, you're gonna start having to train harder and harder and harder to attain similar results. So what I would do if I were your current situation and haven't even started yet is I would probably get started just training hard and kind of get yourself used to training that hard. First of all, working out builds a lot of discipline, so it makes that working hard just not as, hard, you could say. But try to train really hard. I have a video on the way I train, which was actually the first video I ever posted, which is called what it means to push yourself, and that's Tom Platt's philosophy. Tom Platt was this bodybuilder, whatever. But try to train the hardest you can. Really try to focus on time under tension. So, for example, a bench press like this is not going to work as well as a bench press like this. So try to keep that muscle under tension. Another thing is make sure you're getting good sleep. Sleep is a really overlooked part of building yourself up as far as a good physique. Most people are really just focusing on the training and the eating, which are very important, but it's as important, sleep is as important as training, eating, sleep. I think those are the three most important things when it comes to lifting, and most people only really focus on improving their diet and their workouts. But sleep is what builds up the muscles, because when you work out, the muscles get damaged, and then when they repair, they grow larger. So you being in bed, when your body is just regenerating and like healing in a sense, it's going to build that muscle significantly better. Another thing is that you should be taking rest days. When I started lifting, I would work out for 4 hours a day every single day, and I would train full body. And this is really not a great way to go around this, because my muscles did not have any time to rest, and because of this, they weren't actually growing because they didn't have time to grow. Because your muscles grow on the rest days, they don't grow in the gym. Next thing is you should be eating in a calorie surplus if you're bulking, and if you want to cut, you should be eating in a calorie deficit. So when should you bulk versus when should you cut? Because a lot of people want to, maybe they're 110 pounds and they want to bulk up to 180 pounds. But then there's the other side of the coin where there's someone who's 300 pounds and they want to cut down to maybe 180 pounds. So how do you know when you should bulk versus when you should cut? I think a big part of it is don't necessarily just think about your weight, think about your body fat percentage. If you're 140 pounds, but you're 30% body fat because you're really short, then you should definitely be focusing on cutting rather than bulking. But if you are, I don't know, like 250 pounds, but you're super tall and you're a low body fat percentage, you should focus on bulking up rather than cutting down. So really, it kind of depends. But I would say if you are below 15% body fat-ish, you should bulk. And then if you're above like 15 to 20%, then you should try to cut down. Next thing is you should enjoy the process. You need to, like I said earlier, this is not going to be a quick little thing where you finish, like you have a great physique in a month or two. This is going to take years. Some of the best lifters and some of the top bodybuilders, they've been training for 15 years plus. And even if that's not your goal and you just want to, maybe build up a tiny bit of muscle and lose a little bit of body fat percentage, you still need to understand that this is going to take a year or two to even get something that's pretty good. So enjoy the process. Try to make your workouts fun. Listen to music. Maybe after a workout, try to do something fun like get Chipotle or something that's exciting. If you don't enjoy working out, then try to integrate things into working out that make it a lot more fun. Maybe work out with friends. Try to make it as fun of an experience as possible, because if it's fun, you're going to want to keep doing it. Another thing, and this is probably one of the biggest regrets that a ton of lifters have, is that you should be taking progress pictures right when you get started. I'm very lucky because I was not necessarily super, I didn't really care that I was taking pictures, because a lot of people when they're starting, they take a picture of their physique and they're just like ashamed of how skinny or how fat they are. But don't be so worried about this. You should take as many progress pictures as you possibly can when you start, because then when you build something, when you lose the fat or you gain a bunch of muscle, you're going to want to compare that to where you are now, and then you can, I guess, post that on social media and stuff. But I'm really lucky that I did take a lot of progress pictures, but I know a lot of people who deleted all of their progress pictures and now they only have the pictures of their current physique rather than when they just started and they really wish they had those pictures. So don't feel ashamed. Take the progress pictures. You will not regret it. And I think that really sums up the most important things. Like I said, there's a lot of people who will try to sell you stuff, and they'll try to say like, oh yeah, buy testosterone, oh it's going to help so much, or ashwagandha is a natural steroid. Like, no, not really. Like, sure, like ashwagandha is good, but it's not going to add 20-30 pounds of muscle, right? Same thing with like creatine is a good one. I think that's another thing you should maybe take is creatine, but realistically it's not going to help that much. Just focus on the basics, just get started, and then when you continue to grow up, and you continue to grow in the gym, then you can start to, look in a little deeper and start to try to perfect your training. But right now, just really focus on the basics, just get started and enjoy the process. And as always, strive for greatness.